Hey guys, how's it going? You guys are going to start a fun new project that incorporates what you already know about the seasons of the Earth um, from back all the way at the beginning of the year in our space unit, and then also use the knowledge that you have gained during our weather unit. Um, so if you are like me during this time, being stuck in your house, the one thing that I have been doing a whole lot is planning out what trips I want to go on when this is all over. So I thought a fun thing for you guys to do would be to plan an imaginary trip yourself. So this project's going to be in a couple of different phases. I'm going to go through each one of them, and then if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. So the first part of this project is I want you to send me a message on Dojo, and when you do, I'm going to write back a international city and a random month of the year. That is going to be where and when you are traveling on your trip. Now, before you actually get started planning your trip, I want you guys to do a little bit of review of the seasons of the year, because it's one of the requirements of your project is to tell me what season your city is experiencing during your trip and why that season is occurring, using that information back from the beginning of the year in our space unit. So I found a really cool book for you guys to read to give you a refresher. So I want you to go to www.globe.com. On this website, you're going to go to the tab Do Globe, and you're going to click on Elementary Globe. And of course, now the internet is being slow. Okay. So now you're going to scroll down and there's a bunch of different modules. They're all really great, and a lot of them actually cover stuff that we've taught. So like the water cycle and ecosystems, clouds, climate. But the one that you're going to focus on for this project is the seasons module. So you're going to click right here and it's going to send you to the module. Now, there's a book and then some activities. The only thing for this project that you're required to do is read the book. However, if you want to go through the activities and even submit them, you're more than welcome to, and I will definitely give you some extra credit. But for this project, what I want you to do is click on the book PDF. Don't worry about printing this because you can access it at any time, and I don't want you to have to waste the paper for it. So you're going to go to Page View, and you're going to click on the one that looks like two pieces of paper. And that brings it down so that you have the book full screen. And then you're going to read through the story. So this is about a class that is learning about the seasons and what occurs during each season, what kind of temperature or weather you're expecting, what happens to the animals during each season. So it's just a really great refresher on the stuff that we already learned at the beginning of the year about seasons. But I know, a lot has happened this year, so I thought this would be a really good way to refresh your memory. Okay, when you are done reading the book, you're going to begin working on your project. So here is the requirements and the rubric for this project. Now, obviously, this is a project that I've done in the past, so some of the information is not going to be relevant for you guys since you're doing this all at home, and we'll talk about that as we get there. So these are the things that I'm going to be looking for in your projects. I want to know the average high and low temperature in the city and the month that you are going to be traveling on your trip. I want to know about the precipitation. Is it rainy there? Does it snow? Is it a dry season? Let me know what the average precipitation your city gets in that month. Now I want to know what season is your city experiencing when you travel there. And this was what I was talking about when we were talking about our refresher of seasons. I do not just want you to say, oh, it will be fall in the city when I travel. I want to know why, based on where in the world your city is located. And I want to see or hear that science vocabulary that we talked about in our space unit. I want to know about the Earth's orbit, where it is in its trip around the sun. I want to know about the Earth's axis and the location of your city on the Earth. So you need to give me more than just what season it is. I want to know why. The next thing you're going to tell me is, what would you pack for your trip? So based on all of the weather information that you got and also knowing what season your city is in, I want to know, what would you pack for your trip? What kind of clothes? You know, if it's going to be hot, are you going to tell me you're packing snow boots and a heavy jacket? You know, you need to make sure that you're including appropriate clothing for the type of weather that you're going to be experiencing. I also want to know if you need to bring any kind of protective gear. Are you going somewhere where it's super rainy and you need to make sure you bring rain boots and an umbrella? Are you going somewhere where it's going to be really warm and you can bring sunscreen and a bathing suit? Those are all things that I'm going to be looking for. In your project, I also want weather maps from where you found your information. So whatever website you use, and I'm going to give you some choices, I want you to screenshot those maps or charts or graphs or whatever you find to show me where you got your information. And then I want you to get kind of fun with it, and I want you to put some pictures of different ideas on things that you would pack. Your final presentation needs to either be a Sway or a PowerPoint. Unfortunately, because of our current situation, you won't be able to do a poster or brochure because there's no way to physically turn those in. And you will submit that to me on Microsoft Teams. The rubric is also here for you to see exactly what I'm going to be looking for and how you're going to be graded. So this will be a great tool to reference back to as you're working on your project. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a couple of websites that you can use to get your information. So obviously the first one would be weather.com. This is kind of your typical go-to. So I just went ahead and searched in Marietta, since that's where we are. And then what I did was I clicked on monthly. Once I got to monthly, I just scrolled down to the bottom of the page, and there's this really great chart, and it shows you a lot of the information I'm asking you for. It shows the average high in each month of the year, the average low, record high, record low, and average precipitation. And you can actually click on each one of these, and it will take the information away or add it back. So I want to know the average high, so we click on it. And let's say you're traveling to Marietta in the month of August. Well, in the month of August, the average high is 89 degrees. I said I also wanted to know the average low. So I click on that. I go back to August. Well, it's 67 degrees. Precipitation. In the month of August, Marietta usually typically gets 4.35 inches of rain. So this is a really great way to find that information that I was asking of you. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't tell you what kind of precipitation it is, but you know in Marietta what season occurs in each month. So you can use, you know, your brain. If it's in January and February and December, it's more likely going to be snow or ice. If it's in like the spring and summer months, it's going to be rain. Okay, so the next website you can go to is wonderground.com or Weather Underground, but it's W and then underground.com. So again, we're going to search Marietta, and we're going to look at the information it offers us here. So you have the same kind of things you have on the weather.com. We have today, hourly, 10-day, calendar, and history. So we're going to look at a couple of the tabs. So the one that I like the best is the calendar. So if you look for the month of April, it already shows you that on April 1st, the high was 60 degrees, the low was 42, and we got 0.34 inches of rain. On the 7th, the high was 78, the low was 62, we got 0.18 inches of rain. So you can go in here and select your month that you're traveling, and you can either look in the future, and it will kind of give you predictions, or you can go back in the past. Now, I suggest actually going back to like 2019 for whatever month you're planning on traveling in, because then that way you can actually see how much precipitation there was. Now, this doesn't show you the actual average high and low, but what you can do is, based on what you see for highs, lows, and precipitation, you can kind of do a guesstimate there. I would prefer actual information though, that is accurate. So you can also go to history and you can go to monthly. Okay, and so again, I'm going to select 2019, and I'm going to select July view. Oh, and we need to do monthly. Sorry, I clicked on just daily. So you're going to click on monthly, and then we did July in 2019. And then again, it shows you here wind speeds, average precipitation, which in July was none, and then our temperatures. Again, this one is not as accurate as weather.com, but it is just a way to maybe even kind of like double check your information with what you got on weather.com, just to kind of make sure everything is accurate. But calendar and history are two really good little tools for you to be able to use. Okay, so once you've gotten all of your information, and you're going back to your project, you're going to create your PowerPoint or your Sway, including all of the weather information that I asked for, the season, and then go ahead and show me what you would pack. Once you submit that PowerPoint or Sway, the last thing that you're going to do, and you won't get this until you submit your PowerPoint or your Sway, I'm then going to email you these project math word problems. Now, these are based on the city that you go to. So everyone's answers are going to be different. But you're going to tell me the name and the month you're traveling. And then these are all word problems that deal with all orders of operation that you need to answer based on your city. When you are done with this, you're going to submit it to me on Microsoft Teams as well. I'm really looking forward to your creativity with this project. I know you guys will do great things with it. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to me, and have fun and good luck.